One. What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining the Degens podcast. As you can see here, we got this new special guest. It's the fan I was always talking about, Richie, the Eagles fan that I shit on every single week when I pick against the Eagles. So as you can see in the Excel sheet, he's going to be part of this. We have me, Liam, then Richie. Liam's obviously on with us every single week making picks. We're also going to add, because we're going to have special guests too in the future, we're also going to add their special guest record and their special guest mortal locks. So there's gonna be more to come with special guests. Overall, me and Liam had a pretty bad week. Overall, both of us. I did better than him in the morning locks. I went 2-1. I'd say I want to start going 2-1 more often. And the one I did lose is Cincinnati, which I feel like is cheese. I mean, maybe you can call me a square, but like Mike White, I didn't realize he's gonna be the AFC Player of the Week. So I mean, fuck me. I mean, I don't think that's a me thing, right? Or am I just crazy?
No, I mean, nobody saw that happening from Mike White. I feel like Cincinnati just played bad too. I don't know if it was like a look ahead spot for them or anything, but they just looked terrible. Like, you got to be able to stop the Jets. Mike White only passed to like the two running backs and Jameson Crowder.
Yeah.
So like, you got to do something.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm a clown for that. Also, Dallas, I kind of got a little lucky. Earlier the day of, I didn't realize, and I was talking to him about this. I did not realize that Dak was hurt. And then I was like, oh, this is easy. And I saw that Dallas was like the underdog. And I was like, oh my God, why is Dallas the underdog? So I slammed money line and I got lucky with it. Turns out Kirk Cousins still really bad in primetime. Still real bad.
Not as bad as Danny Jones, though.
Not as bad as Danny. Not as bad as Danny.
Well,
Danny's 0-7, which is depressing.
He didn't play that bad, though.
Exactly. I agree.
They play the Bucks in prime time this year still,
and,
so they
and we have that.
That'll be really exciting. That'll be fun.
That's gonna be a curb stopping, but thank God that's not until 2 weeks from now because we have a little bit of a break because we have a bye week, so we don't have to watch Giants for a little bit. That was also just aggravating to watch. I picked Kansas City just to say fuck the Giants because I'm mad at them, but like that was such a boring and depressing game overall. I hated all of that. All of that was wrong. Now Joe looks like a complete idiot. You see what Joe said after? He said that they were like, oh, yeah, why'd you call those timeouts? That made no sense. And then he was like, oh, I called them because I was having we were having headset issues and we've been having headset issues since week one. It's like, oh, so
I mean, that has to
haven't done anything?
That has to be true, or that's either true or he's just the new Anthony Lynn because his clock management and like use of timeouts has been awful. Yeah. But we'll see. Whatever. Let's get into it. I don't want to talk about the Giants right now.
I don't want to either. It's very aggravating. The only other game I want to talk to was Buffalo backdoor. Did love that a lot. All right, so we'll get obviously into week 9. As you can see here, game 1 of the Thursday night is Colts versus Jets, and like. I don't know. I don't want to ride the Mike White thing, right? I don't want to ride that. I don't think I can ride that. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna hop on Jets. I'm gonna hop on Jets at plus 10.5. It's a clown pick, but I like it. So Liam, what do you want?
I think I'm gonna go with the Jets here. Wait. No. The Colts. I'm sorry. The Colts.
Colts.
Yeah, the line was at like 14 until Mike White put up 405 passing yards. And now it's down to 10.5. I don't actually think Mike White is good. He's got a little swag on him, though. I'll give him that. Like, he actually, for a guy named Mike White, he kind of put a little sauce down. But, yeah, like once you realize, I know they don't have Darius Leonard, which would help if you're trying to just guard the running back and Jameson Crowder. But I feel like they're going to be able to figure that out. It's Mike White. I think the Colts are going to kind of curb stomp them because the Jets D is trash. And if the line was supposed to be at 14 and now, because apparently Mike White is good, it's at 10.5, I'll take the Colts.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts too because Wentz has been looking good past couple weeks, especially. Except for the end of last week's game when he looked like a freaking idiot again. But Colts are looking good. Wentz only has 3 picks on the year. Mike White's a one-time wonder. He's not going to do it again this week.
I'm going to hop on the bandwagon. I love you, Jets. We're going to go Mike White. I'm all over it. All right, we're going to go on to the next game, which I actually do feel confident in. I feel like this is a smart pick. I'm going Patriots at minus 3.5. I think the Panthers are frauds. I'm giving them the F word, and I'm going to go with New England here at -3.5. I really don't have much to say except New England's giving me a lot better wins than the Panthers have, and the Panthers have lost to us. So I feel like that's fair.
Right. Yeah. I feel like I have to take the Patriots here too. The Panthers have been pretty awful. Like, I don't know if they get any credit for winning last week when they beat the Falcons, like another just shitty team. I think this is kind of like a prove it game for the Patriots. Like, the Panthers seem like a team that if you lose to them or play them close, you're not good. And if you curb stomp them, like, you're a decent team. I think the Patriots are a decent team. I don't think they're great. So I'll just take the Patriots. It's just over a field goal. It could just be a field goal game and I'll feel stupid, but whatever.
I'm going to take the Panthers here because I think the Giants game was a fluke. They didn't know how to not use. They finally figured out how to use Chuba Hubbard last week against the Falcons. I know the Falcons suck, but I think 3.5 is too much for that game. I don't have any faith in Mac Jones still. So
I like
The
Mac
only-
Jones.
The only other thing, though, I think CMC is designated to return now. I don't know if he's actually going to play this week, so that helps the Panthers. But apparently they're starting PJ Walker.
Really?
they are.
That's what the rumors are. They haven't like officially said anything yet, but apparently like Matt Rule is done with Sam Darnold.
Oh, I love that. I
You know
love that a
what?
lot.
Darnold looked good when they were putting 8 in the box to go against CMC, and now he looks like trash because he's gone.
Right. So maybe CMC's back and frees things up for PJ Walker or Darnold. But yeah, I don't have like a great feel on that game, honestly.
Yeah.
I like that game. All right, Bills here at -14. So they almost let me down against Miami. Almost. And I'm saying almost. I think Jacksonville's way worse than Miami. Or maybe not way, but Jacksonville's horrendous. So I'm gonna go Bills here at
So is
-14.
Miami though.
I know, but I'm gonna go Bills here at -14. And feel like an absolute square. But I don't want to bet on Jacksonville and then watch the game and be like, oh wow, they're just curb stomping them like Seattle, like Geno curb stomped them. If Geno's curb stomping you,
He didn't curb stomp them.
yes, he did. It was 31-7.
Was it really? Okay.
I think so.
Never
Yeah, that's a
mind.
curb stomping. If
That is a
Geno's
curb
beating
stomp.
you up, you're a clown. So Josh Allen's gonna beat you up too. I'm gonna go Josh Allen here at -14.
Right. I think like the Bills have just been curb stomping terrible teams, and we've just kept taking the Bills on like these massive spreads, and they keep covering, and they haven't showed me they're not going to yet. Like last week again, like you said, was kind of a nail biter with the cover, but what was the cover? 14.5, and they played awful and
Yeah.
still covered 14.5 point spread.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna take the Bills. The Jags are bad. Like I don't think Trevor Lawrence is good enough to scare me on a back door yet, and I'm like Urban Meyer's a clown. So I'm just going to take the Bills, and they just keep covering big spreads. So until they don't, I'll take them.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills too. They were tied 3-3 at half and played like ass in the first half and turned it on in the second half. And I was not impressed by their performance in the second half either, but they still covered. So
Exactly. Do you
Have
think
the Bills-
Jacksonville? How long do
have
you
the
think
Bills-
Urban's got a spot as a coach on this team?
I think he's got it for the year. Like I think they fire him in the offseason. If he made it through like that first scandal, he's just going to like ride out. Like no one expects them to be good now. So I think they'll find someone in the offseason, or he'll get another year if they like do something good. But my question was, have the Bills played anyone really yet except the Titans when they lost?
Well, they play the Chiefs,
Chiefs.
but that was like pre us thinking the Chiefs suck.
So the Chiefs the Bills haven't played a team with a winning record yet.
We'll look that up
Bills
right now.
They played Dolphins twice, killed them. They played Houston. They beat them.
Bad. Yeah, so they lost. They obviously lost to Tennessee.
They lost to the Steelers too, right?
Yeah.
first
Wow.
week,
Week
yeah.
one.
That is kind
They
of
haven't-
weird.
They haven't
Are
Are
played
you
not
giving them
winning
the F
record.
word?
I mean, I'm not throwing out the F word, but I'm throwing out the
Q word, questionable.
yeah. I'll throw them like a question. I just think it's going to be tough for them. Like if they don't play anybody all year, they still have to play the Jets twice. They still have to play Miami once.
No,
like
they played Miami
they have
twice.
they have a soft ass schedule,
Well,
and
it's
like it's probably a good thing for them because they'll just be able to rest starters in like week 10. But yeah, I don't know, dude. I just because we keep seeing massive spreads, right? Because they're just playing nobody.
yeah, I mean, so they lost the Steelers. They beat the Dolphins by a lot. They beat Washington by a lot. They beat the Texans by a lot. They beat the Chiefs by a considerable amount. And then they lost to the Titans by a ridiculous last second game. And then they just beat up on the Dolphins, or they didn't beat up, but they beat the Dolphins. And now they have Jacksonville, Jets, then Colts.
Colts might be a test for them.
Colts is an interesting game. Saints, Patriots. Oh, and then they have the Bucks, which is that's a huge.
So that like 4-week stretch there, starting with the Colts, is going to be like the are they frauds test.
Yeah. Yes. I totally agree. And then they have Panthers, Patriots, Falcons, Jets.
They might have one of the easiest schedules.
They do have 4 weeks of like, okay, that's kind of tough.
Insanely easy schedule for the team that finished first in their division last year, though. Like,
well, fuck us, huh? All right, on to the next game. We'll go on to Atlanta against the Saints. And I'm not going to lie here. I kind of like Atlanta at +6, especially because I don't know who's the quarterback, Taysom or Trevor. I don't believe in either. I'm going to go Atlanta here at +6. And it's a rivalry game. They're always kind of close. So, fuck it. I'm going to go Atlanta +6.
This, I don't really have much of a feeling on this game. I think this is going to be the coin flip game of the week.
Okay. Which is a fade. This is a fade game. So, let's see.
It is a fade game. All
Saints
right,
are
so
heads.
Heads is Saints, yeah. We're going with the Saints. We're taking the Saints -6.
That's a fade game.
I believe so strongly in this pick. Yeah, no, I have nothing to say. Like, I think the Cardinals are shit, and I have no idea what the Saints are going to look like. Michael Thomas isn't coming back for the season. Like, I don't know how that makes them feel. Whatever. If Taysom plays, I feel a little better, but I know Sean Payton is decent, so I don't feel terrible about the pick. It's whatever. Yeah.
Richie?
When I don't have a good read on a game, I just fade Tully, so I'm gonna go New Orleans -6. Usually works out for me.
Sadly, that's been working out very well. Yeah. So these past couple of weeks, that's been a great move. All right, we'll go on to the Las Vegas Raiders against our New York Giants, and I'm not gonna lie here, I'm gonna go New York Giants at +3. The Raiders have gone through shit, losing your head coach off of insane scandals, and now having your arguably the best wide receiver in the game, or the best wide receiver on their team, probably the best wide receiver on their team, get into an insane car accident that caused the death of a woman and a dog, and it was drunk driving, and probably will never play football again. You have just that locker room has to be dead. I'm going New York Giants here at +3.
Right. The one thing the Raiders are good at is getting after the passer. And like our offensive line, the New York Giants offensive line, questionable at best. If Nate Solder plays, it's basically like a doorway to Daniel Jones's back pocket. And then Daniel Jones, Danny's looked pretty good this year, but Danny under pressure, we know what that looks like. That's the only thing that kind of scares me. The other thing that I like, though, is like the Giants have just played close games, and we're the kings of losing on last-second field goals over the last 5 years.
And covering. We're the kings of covers.
I don't know about all that.
Good team wins, great teams cover.
Right. So we're a great team. I'm going to take the Raiders here. Maybe they rally around Ruggs. I don't know. I just can't take.
How do you rally around the guy? How do you rally?
No, you rally around like the situation. Like, obviously, other people in the locker room are going through it, and you're like, we got to put something together here. Someone puts the team on their back. Our defense hasn't looked great, and Patrick Graham, potential F-word candidate, coming soon.
I don't know. I actually, you know who the two people that have their papers already written as being fired? It's Dave Gettleman and Jason Garrett have already had their papers done.
I was putting fraud word on them, not the fired word.
Oh, well, but I'll put the fired word on them.
Oh, no, on Patrick Graham. Joe Judge can get the fired word, and Dave Gettleman has had the fire word from me since day one.
Yeah.
So, and we didn't trade Evan Ingram, so I guess I'm gonna start stubbing my toe on everything I can find until he's not on the team anymore. But yeah, I guess Rich, you probably like Evan Ingram as an Eagles fan.
He's my favorite player on you guys' team. Yeah. Him and Sterling Shepard from the boat pick.
Oh, well, Shep is a cool guy.
But he wasn't a part of it. That wasn't his thing.
That was
in
the boat pick.
In the boat pick.
Yes, he is. But it wasn't. It was more of like an OBJ. Everyone put the blame on OBJ. Like Shep just kind of got brought on that one.
So
Everyone forgets Victor Cruz was in that pick too.
Yeah, and he was the captain. Like he was the captain of that group. Like he should have been like,
Yeah.
no, let's not do this.
All right, Richie, what do you think?
so I got this Giants hat here. I'm gonna pick the. No, I'm just fucking with you. Fuck the Giants. I think Gettleman sucks. I think Joe Judge sucks. I think Bradbury sucks this year. I think the receivers suck because they can't run a fucking 5-yard route to get a first down for their lives.
This is true.
Okay. I'm
They
taking
practice squad receivers.
Yeah,
They
they are
suck.
practice. They are practice squad receivers.
I
We
mean-
have Colin Johnson as our starting wide receiver. Do you know who that is?
Exactly.
I don't know who that is.
It proves my point. The receivers suck. And then
Yes.
you got Evan Ingram, who's going to be like, oh man, let's pass this to Darius Slayton. You know?
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm taking the Raiders at -3, and that's one of my mortal locks.
Okay. All right. We'll go to more locks later, but yeah, this is gonna be a bad game.
Pat, what do you think
Okay.
about like the pass rush and the O line?
For us,
Yeah.
I think our pass rush is horrendous.
No, other side.
Other side.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, yeah, dude, yeah, it's a problem. Yeah, and you're right. Like Nate Solder is garbage. He's only on the team because he was like, yo, I will like take less money. If you cut me, it's gonna cost you more money than what you can do to restructure my contract, which is absurd to like if you really think about that. We don't have Andrew Thomas, who I think is really good. And we don't have Nick Gates, who I liked a lot. Shane Lemieux, who I also kind of liked a lot. He's a scrappy kid. We don't have him either. And what's his name? Will Hernandez likes to eat too many fucking. He's a dumbass.
Tacos.
Yeah, he's.
I only said, wait, just to be clear, if anybody's listening to this, I only said the tacos thing because if you watch like his GQ YouTube,
It's funny.
yeah,
He
it has
mentions he
nothing.
eats a lot of
it has
tacos.
No other intention there.
It's an inside joke. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So it's like this is just we're a bum team, and yeah, I mean it's depressing. I'm only picking them because fuck me. I mean, I'm a stupid Giant fan, and that's fine. That's
and
fine.
Max Crosby is going to be all over Danny.
And to respond to the James Bradbury hate, I don't want to hear the James Bradbury hate because
He's getting toasted. this
listen,
year.
did he have a hard couple starts of the year? Yeah, but I think he's actually picked it up a lot. I do like how he's been playing, and I don't think he's been playing that bad. He hasn't been playing as good as he was last year, but
Right,
he
that's
hasn't
the
been
only
playing that
thing.
bad.
Like he's been playing like he started bad. You're right, and he's playing like decent now. It's just compared to like he was like a top 3 corner in the league last year. So
Yes.
just compared to that, he's not getting paid like that. He's playing like he's getting paid, which is one of the few guys on the Giants who is. If Leonard Williams wants to start doing that, that'd be cool.
I can't stand him. I really can't. And Trey Pinkham, if you're watching this, you're probably definitely not. But dude, Leonard Williams is not good because he keeps on telling me that Leonard Williams is a good defensive player. I think Leonard Williams is garbage. It's almost a war crime that we pay that man $21 million. I cannot stand that. But whatever. Fuck me, right? Yeah, we need a pass rusher. We need a legit pass rusher. My boy Aziz is good, but I need a legit pass rusher. Maybe Caden Thibodeau. All right, on to the next game. We'll go Minnesota Vikings versus the Baltimore Ravens here at -5.5. And I'm not gonna lie, I absolutely cannot stand this line. If I was a coin flip kind of guy, I would definitely coin flip this. I have no read on this. So is Dalvin Cook playing?
I believe so.
I think so. Yeah, he played last week. Did he?
I'll tell you right now.
God, I don't know. I mean, like both. I don't really have a good read in any of this.
He will be playing.
Okay, you know what? I feel like I don't know. I feel like this line's really weird. I'm gonna go Baltimore -5.5. I don't have a read.
Yeah, I'm also on Baltimore -5.5, and I like it well enough here. I think that Baltimore is getting underrated because they lost to the Bengals pretty bad. Like they have good wins. Their defense isn't great like you would usually expect from a Ravens team, but I guess it's not in prime time, so maybe Kirk Cousins like shows out. But that was an awful an awful loss for the Vikings last week to a backup quarterback. They like needed that win for their season.
Yeah.
So I just think they're not a great team. They couldn't beat the Dak-less Cowboys, and I think Lamar is a field day. They lost Danielle Hunter, right? Like they just don't have it, I don't think. And I like the Ravens here in this bounce back spot coming off a bye too. Give me the Ravens.
All right.
I'm taking the Ravens at -5.5 too. I think coming off their bye week, They're gonna be better than when they play against the I think the Bengals game was a fluke. I think the Ravens are actually good. They like their close games though. That's why 5.5 is a lot for me. But I think
it's a weird line. It really is. It's not my mortal at any slightest. Yeah, it definitely is a strange line. I'm not a fan of it. And this next game too, I'm not a fan of it. We go down to this line right here. We have Cleveland against the Bengals, and like I want to bet the Bengals. I love Joe Burrow. I'm all over Joe Burrow. But I don't know. I think Cleveland might be a better team. But I think at the end of the day, I'm just gonna. I mean, I'm gonna go Bengals here. I'm gonna go Bengals. And I don't like it, but I'm going Bengals at -2.5. I don't like it. I do not like it. I'm just saying I don't like it at all.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the Bengals too. I've taken every favorite so far.
Ooh, you have. Wow.
Yeah, but I usually
pull
don't
my
do this. I'm
moves.
such an underdog guy usually, but like the Browns are so injured. Baker is trash. They have their Odell drama going on right now. The O-line is still injured. Their defense is pretty injured. The Bengals are coming off a horrible loss to Mike White. It's a bounce back spot. And then I'm giving up less than a field goal. Like I think the Bengals win by probably like 3, 4, 6 points. So I'll just take the Bengals here and roll with it. The Browns are, I think, if healthy, a good team, but they're not healthy. And Baker can't feel one of his arms and looks like primetime Kirk Cousins every week the last like 4 or 5 weeks.
Baker is trash.
Yeah, I think if you lose to Mike White, it's not that bad because nobody has any film on it. You don't know what to expect. But if you lose to who they lost to Big Ben, 40-year-old fat guy, mobile as a tree. I'm taking the Bengals.
All right, I like it. All right, we're all going Cincinnati -2.5.
Wow. All right.
All right. Okay, now we'll go on to the Denver Broncos game against Dallas Cowboys. Again, this is a game where I think this line's a little big for me, but I'm gonna go Broncos here at plus. Oh no, they don't. All right, fuck it. I'm gonna go my original feel. I'm gonna go Denver here at plus 9.5. That's a lot of points, and I think these teams. I think Broncos like to play. I think it's close, so I'm gonna go Broncos here at plus 9.5. And maybe Dak doesn't play. I think he will probably play, but maybe he doesn't.
He's fine.
Yeah, Dak's going to be a full go at practice tomorrow, so he's going to play. But I think the Cowboys are just going to run the ball down the Broncos' throats, and I think the Broncos losing Von Miller, like actually on the defense, but losing like a captain and someone who's like such a role model for everybody on that team, they're going to be pissed that they traded him because Von Miller clearly was like surprised by it and blindsided by it. I'm sure he's happy he's on the Rams now, but kind of not a great thing to do to like one of your franchise's legendary players. And I think the Cowboys are just better and they're going to run the ball down their throat. Teddy covers. I know we keep saying that, but he doesn't this year. So I'll just take the Cowboys -9.5, and I'm taking every single favorite on the board, just so you know. Apparently,
I like it. So now I just want to give a little backstory before Richie picks about why they traded Von Miller, according to part of my take. So this could be bullshit. But according to part of my take, Von Miller wanted to throw this insane Halloween party that had there was like 6 figures plus, and for like the whole team, just wanted to do a whole team party, 6 figures plus, and he wanted guys to kind of chip in, but then they were like, we're canceling the party. And because they're losing, and then Von Miller was like, cool, but like I still paid for all of it, and he was pissed off. And apparently Noah Fant came out, according to Big Cat, and then he came out and said that this is legit, and like, yeah, we didn't want to pay, and there are some problems. So maybe the whole losing Von Miller thing isn't as big as a deal as we might possibly think.
I feel like they're just poking fun at Aaron Rodgers.
They could be doing that too.
That's a Big Cat move.
That could be.
Right.
Yeah, I like Tony Pollard. As much as I hate to say, I like Tony Pollard and Elliott. And I think I'm going to say Two Hands is a fraud this year when it comes to cover. And Dallas is going to win by 9.5.
All right, we're going Dallas at 9.5. All right, next game we got here is Houston Texans against the Miami Dolphins, and I fucking love Houston here at +7. Miami's also dog shit. Who are they to be a -7 cover or a -7 spread? Like, get out of here. Get your trash out of here. I'm going Houston at +7. This is the shit bowl. This is genuinely the shit bowl. If we could put the lines in there, you would maybe even make it the shittier shit bowl. But yeah, this is the shit bowl. I'm going Houston at +7.
Yeah, I'm taking Houston at +7 too. Like, I kind of agree. I think the Texans are the worst roster in the league still. But Miami is pretty damn close. They're bottom 5. We get two really shitty teams together. I just think that you never know what's going to happen. So I'd rather take 7 points than give 7 points with two shitty teams. I don't think they're 7 points worse. I hope they let Tyrod play this week. And if Tyrod plays, I feel great about that. And I don't hate a 230 money line with the Texans because I think the Dolphins are trash.
Agreed.
Yeah, Tyrod plays. Tyrod plays, I'd take money line. Even in a parlay. I don't see any way Houston loses this game if Tyrod plays.
So you're going Houston at +7?
Houston at +7.
All right. I also just want to point out for the listeners, that is Liam's first underdog. So there we go. I got a feeling that that's going to change right here, though. We got the Chargers at -1.5. I'm going to take the Chargers here at -1.5. I only think this is the case is because they had a tough game against the Patriots. Justin Herbert didn't play as good as Justin Herbert usually has been playing, and the Eagles shit pumped the worst team in the league. So I'm going to say that that's why this spread is so small. If the Patriots did win, and let's say, or no, if the Chargers did win and the Eagles maybe dropped like 20-0 instead of 38-0 or whatever it was, something insane, then I don't think this game would be that close of a spread. So I'm going to go Houston here or Chargers here at -1.5. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm on the Chargers at -1.5 too. I don't like when it's -1.5. I'm always looking at it as like, who do I think is going to win the game? I think like Nick Sirianni. Like, who is that guy? He's a clown. He's going to get out coached.
You don't like him,
right? Like Jalen Hurts isn't as good as Justin Herbert. Nick Sirianni isn't as good as Brandon Staley. I just think like the Chargers are a more talented roster too. Their defense is better. I don't really think this spread should be this small, which I kind of feel like I'm getting baited. Eagles played great last week, beat again another bottom 3 roster in the league, like with the Texans. Like they kicked the shit out of the Lions, which like good for them. Like all you can do is if you play a team, kick the shit out of them. So good for the Eagles. But like that doesn't prove anything to me. I don't think they're a great team. And I think the Chargers are actually a good team. And I think they're favorites to win the AFC West in Vegas right now. And if they want to do that, they have to win this game. So let's see.
I'm taking the Eagles at +1.5. It's
a clown pick.
It's got to happen.
That's a clown pick.
Sirianni finally figured out that if you run the ball more than you pass the ball, then then downfield opens up. All right. They ran the ball twice against Dallas, got shit pumped. They run the ball 40 times versus Detroit. I know two very different teams, but they scored 40 points. I think that Hurts isn't the future there. I think Sirianni isn't the future there. But if Sirianni decides to run the ball, I think the Eagles have a chance.
That's a respectable take that Hurts and Sirianni are not the future because I think Hurts is a backup quarterback. To be totally honest with you.
Yeah, it's going to be Minshew mania. Let's see it.
Well, that's crazy. That's absurd.
Phillip Rivers comes out of retirement,
right? We just traded away our best player in Joe Flacco for a 6th-round pick.
Big time.
Yeah, I never liked Hurts coming out. I never really thought he had a good arm. I never also really thought that he was fast. So that's kind of why I was like, it's an awful
He's
combination.
pretty clearly fast.
He's very, very clearly fast.
I don't think he's that athletic. I don't know. To me, I never thought he was that athletic.
What does that mean?
I think, Danny's faster than him. And that's not even cap.
Well, Danny's faster than Lamar, but Danny has no sticks. He can't stick anybody. Like he has no jukes.
He can stick it.
Dude, he falls down in open field.
That was one time, and they scored a touchdown. Wayne Gallman scored a touchdown. Wayne Train.
I could have scored that touchdown.
Well, Wayne Train. Well, you wouldn't have ran that fast. You would not have run that fast.
Someone would have caught you, bro.
All right. I mean, we'll go on to the next game because that's going to be. This is the first game of the witching hour, so you'll have to see that. It should be a relatively good game. I'm looking forward to watching this. Actually, to be totally honest with you, after having to watch the Raiders Giants, I'm not looking forward to watching that. All right, now we'll go on to the Green Bay Packers against Kansas City Chiefs. And so we wanted to point out real quick, Fox made a little bit of a typo here. So as you can see, Green Bay is -7.5, but they're plus 280 to win, which makes absolutely no sense. So this is a typo. It should be Green Bay at plus 7.5. If it was -7.5, I would have slammed the Kansas City Chiefs here. And I think I'm still going to slam the Kansas City Chiefs here at -7.5. I've never seen anything about Jordan Love, so maybe you can prove me wrong, but I don't want to give Jordan Love. I don't want to bet on Jordan Love. I'm not betting on Jordan Love yet. So I'm going to go with Kansas City here at -7.5.
I'm on it too. Another favorite. Yeah, what do we know? Like, as a Giants fan, we know Steve Spagnuolo on defense, and he likes to blitz and send those like all-out blitzes, overload blitzes. I think that's going to cause Love a lot of trouble. And I think the Chiefs like have a good offense, and the Packers defense hasn't looked great. Maybe that offense kind of puts its shit together this week, and we see what they're capable of. But I can't take the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers, because without him, I really think they'd be like a 2-win team.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Chiefs here. And I guess that's really it. That's all I have to say. I feel like at some point the Chiefs are going to get it on track, and maybe it started last week with the Giants.
Now, Richie is looking to see if Devontae Adams is playing. I'm not sure if he is playing or not. It appears he's still out.
He's out right now. Expected to return to practice on Thursday, though.
So he's probably going to play.
Yeah. So Devontae Adams in. I didn't check to see if Valdez-Scantling's in or.
Well, I mean, but he's not that good either. But whatever.
Right. But he still can be a number 3 guy for them instead of a practice squad player.
That's
but
fair.
I think Green Bay Packers at plus 7.5 is a great bet. Chiefs are 2-6 in covering the spread this year.
Ooh.
I'm taking the Packers. Chiefs can't cover.
That's not bad. All right.
Did you take the Packers?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, the Cowboys before.
Yeah.
Fun fact: Cowboys perfect against the spread this year.
Really?
I didn't even realize that, but that makes sense.
Oh, did I take
Because
Dallas?
No, you took the Broncos.
Denver. Oh, I'm scared now.
Well, they're not going to go perfect all year, but like, we'll see.
I don't like that.
I know Kansas City's frauds this year too.
All right.
Super Bowl hangover.
Right?
It is?
Yes, it is 100%.
It's Jackson Mahomes' fault.
It's also him too. Fuck
that
Jackson.
guy,
Yeah, 100%. All right, now we'll go on to the next game, which is going to be probably the game I'm really looking forward to watching on Sunday too. Cardinals at San Francisco. I think the Cardinals are a way better team than San Francisco. I'm going Cardinals here at -1. It's almost a pick 'em, and I think they'll be able to beat them.
Yeah, I'm also on the Cardinals here. Like, what have the Cardinals not proved to us that they shouldn't be? Like, what's the 49ers have a losing record, right? They haven't been
That or
good
if they're
this
like
year.
maybe they're 500.
Right. I mean, one of their wins is against the Lions. They beat the Eagles, right? Like, they don't have great wins for a team that's only 1-point underdogs to one of the best teams in football. I get the Cardinals lost J.J. Watt, but they still have a good defense and a super explosive offense. So I'm just going to take the Cardinals here, and I don't really understand the line. I probably would have taken them up to like 4 points here.
Yeah, so the Niners have only been able to beat the Bears, and they've been able to beat the Eagles, and they've been able to beat the Lions. Those are the only 3 teams they've been able to beat. So they are therefore
Right.
3-4. So yeah, I
And
don't
the
get it
Cardinals
either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals here at -1 as well. It is. I can't believe this spread. This is worse than the Eagles spread, to be honest with you. I think it's an easy bet for Arizona.
Fair enough.
It's probably like the square pick of the week, though. Like, we probably all botched that, but whatever.
Right. It's like when Tully put actual money on Cincinnati last week too.
I liked it. I
can't blame you, but you didn't know about Mike White, though.
I didn't know about Mike White being the AFC Player of the Week. I mean, fuck me, I guess. So whatever. Did you see that one dude? He placed a $1,000 wager on Mike White to be the leading passer for Week 8.
Oh yeah,
that's absurd.
Yeah. You mean
That
it's like 125K payout, right?
Yeah, that guy's absurd. I mean, good for him. Great for him, I guess. But
he was probably not sober when he did that, but he's probably pretty happy about it after.
And he probably also has a lot of fuck you money, which is sick.
Yeah.
with a lot of debt.
Or he's a degenerate,
Okay.
or he's a degenerate gambler.
Sounds like you
Or-
make some bad bets.
or he's a degenerate New Jersey gambler, and both are very possible. Okay, we'll go on to the Tennessee Titans game against the Rams, and honestly, I love the Rams here. I think the Rams are gross. I mean, I don't know how you stop the defensive line that has Aaron Donald, Vaughn Miller, and Leonard Floyd. I don't know how you stop that. And then also it's not even like they have bad D-backs. They have Jalen Ramsey, obviously, and that offense is disgusting. So I think this team is gross. I think this team's going to be the NFC champion, probably the Super Bowl champion. Matt Stafford, get him a ring, get Matty Ice some actual ice. I'm going Rams here at -7, especially because the Titans just lost Derrick Henry for the year, and that's pretty much their offense, for being fair.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Rams here. It kind of feels bad. I feel like a square again. I have all but one favorite. I mean, all but so far. I just think like the Rams are so much better than them. And as much as I think losing Derrick Henry is like a problem, like actually for the offense in a practical way, I think it also is just like demoralizing for everybody because they know how much they lean on him. He was on pace to have, I think, like the most touches of all time in an NFL season, or the most carries maybe. But it's just got to be such a blow. If you're like an offensive lineman on that team, if you're Tannehill, if you're Vrabel, if you're on that defense, knowing that they're not going to be able to grind out the clock anymore, it changes the game. And I think the Rams and Sean McVay's smart, and they'll be able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams here.
You like Rams?
Yeah, I like the Rams especially because like Tennessee lost Derrick Henry. Who do they have now? Oh, they have Adrian Peterson.
And
he hasn't been good since he got suspended for hitting his kid.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's very true.
and he's not going to be able to beat anybody on the Titans. On the Rams. So
these are fair points. These are very fair points.
And I think when they don't have to load the box with 8 or 9, Tannehill is going to struggle.
That's a fair point. Also, like that Tennessee defense hasn't really looked that good.
No,
like Matt Stafford is going to dip and dot you.
Yeah, no.
And they're going to have Ramsey on AJ Brown.
And that's their only threat because I think Julio's out too. That's their only offensive threat is AJ Brown. That's it. So it should be a tough day. It's going to be a real tough day for them. Probably a shitty Sunday night game. It would have been cool if Derrick Henry didn't get hurt. Would have been probably a pretty good Sunday night game. But it's not going to be. All right, we'll go on to the Monday Night Football game, which is the Chicago Bears at the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if I'm being honest with you, I feel like a square for doing this, but I think the Bears are very bad. I think the Bears are horrendous. I don't think the Steelers are good either, but Justin Fields is not playing great. That team isn't playing great. Overall, that team is not great. So I'm going to go with Pittsburgh Steelers here at -6.5. Don't like it as my mortal, but it's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I'm on the Bears here. I think like the Bears might be bad, but the Steelers are also not that good, and I'm getting almost a touchdown. Like Justin Fields, if they keep letting him run the ball like they did last week, like he had over 100 yards on the ground. He did okay through the air. And like I think that's too many points to give Big Ben. They don't have Juju. The offensive line is bad this year. The defense is okay. But on a 40-point over-under, are you really going to tell me that Big Ben's going to win by a touchdown? So I'll take the Bears.
Fair enough.
I'm taking the Bears too. I think I said earlier, Big Ben is fat. He's addicted to porn. And
that's true. These are both true things.
And he's as mobile as a tree. So
that's very fair.
I have to, as bad as the Bears are, I have to take them. Maybe Matt Nagy finally says, "Oh, let's let them play some offense," but I don't see it happening. I see the under in this game, and I see the Bears win against the spread.
Under 40, wow.
Yeah.
Ballsy. The ballsy under right there. Will not lie.
I'm a big over guy too. I love my over parlays. Yeah.
Okay.
Overs Club. All right, Big Cat. All right, so now we're going to our mortal locks. I have my 3. I don't know, Liam, if you have your 3. Rich, you can look at yours. But I'll go over my 3. My first and favorite mortal lock, I think, is Arizona. Again, I don't like San Francisco, and I like Arizona in an almost pick-em game. So I'm going to go Arizona at -1. Then I like the Chargers at -1.5. That shouldn't be the line at -1.5. It should not be the line. It should be bigger. But like we said, with the circumstances, they had a tough game against the Patriots, and the Eagles should pump the worst team in the league. So they're going to obviously have a tougher line. And then my last one that I like, I was in between a couple. Some honorable mentions are definitely Buffalo. I like Buffalo as well, -14. I like just betting them. I also like the Rams a lot too, but I'm gonna go with the smaller one. I'm gonna go with New England at -3.5. I think Carolina is not good. And PJ Walker, have fun. Have fun going against Big Bill.
All right. Yeah. We think pretty similar here, I guess. My lock's going to be the Chargers again, just like you, and Cardinals, just like you, for the same reasons that you said and that I said before. My third mortal lock is going to be the Rams against Tennessee there. I just really like that spot. And then my honorable mentions were going to be, initially I had the Ravens -5.5 against Minnesota in there. I considered the Bills -14 just because they beat the shit out of bad teams, but a lot of points to lay on a mortal lock. And then I thought about the Chiefs as well, just because the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers, but I can't really trust the Chiefs yet. So my three are the Chargers, the Cardinals, and the Rams.
I like it.
I'm gonna also go Arizona. I know all three of us now.
We all
got
like them. We all like them.
because
Bet the
that line
49ers.
should be what it is. And I'm also gonna go at Vegas at -3. I know you guys are both Giants fans, but I don't know. They like their interim coach. They're better than the Giants.
Their number one wide receiver just did some craziness. Had a crazy night.
Well, I mean, that just means that I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Boys are going to rally around them.
Yeah. People are going to rally. All right. Max Crosby is going to get to Danny Dimes 3 times.
I bet his over on sacks 100%. I'd bet whatever that is. I'd bet that over.
Yep. And my honorable mention is going to be Buffalo at -14. Cincy at -2 and Cincy at -2.5. I really like Cincy this week against the crazy locker room of the Browns. And on my third mortal lock is going to be Indianapolis at -10.5.
Wow.
I like Wentz this year. I know because he's back with Frank Reich. I think he's finally gonna be good this year again.
The only thing with the Giants, though, like, we're definitely not good, and we're not even frauds because we're not good, and no one thinks we're good. But we do have an F word. The Giants are frisky.
Oh yeah,
we mess around in games, so that's the only reason I didn't lock the Giants. I think the Raiders will win, though.
I'm just like, the Giants are confusing me because they'll lose 27-3 to the frauds that's Denver, but then they'll beat the Carolina Panthers by, what was it,
25-3.
25-3. Yeah.
We're just frisky, man.
Yeah.
And then we'll also get shit pumped by the Rams and not even have the Rams are obviously really good. And I didn't go into that game being like, oh, we're gonna win this game, but like we got murdered. Like it wasn't even fun. Like it wasn't even close.
That's when you give up hope, right?
No, I gave up hope after the Washington game.
Oh yeah.
That's when I knew. I was like, all right, this is not our year because we're gonna just have bullshit happen to us. This is gonna happen to us all year.
I think you shed a tear during that game.
I did cry a little bit.
Yeah.
I did cry a little bit.
Happens to the best of us.
I got very excited. I jumped over their couch and then I jumped in front of my TV, flexed on the TV, and was like, "What's up?" And then, as I was doing that, I saw the yellow flag, and I saw them who none of them are Giants fans go, oh my God. And then you could just hear a pin drop. I just turned around, I filled up the water that I was drinking, and then I just walked out. I didn't even watch it. I was so depressed that day. And then I watched I listened to Goo Goo Dolls in Buffalo as I drove home. And I was very depressed. I was very depressed that night.
You asked for a couple shots of Jack.
Yeah, I was extremely depressed. So yeah, it was sad. It was a sad night. That's when I gave up. That's why I gave up. Week 2.
We don't care anymore. It doesn't matter anymore.
No, I'm a huge Ranger fan too. So like I have that. I have that for me, and that's fine. That's totally fine.
Right.
Adam Fox killing it. Everyone's killing it. All right. So yeah, I mean, we had an awesome time with special guests. We're gonna definitely have a lot more special guests as I showed you in the Excel. And yeah, we'll be going up with a week 2 report. If you guys got anything to say before we peace out, let me know.
I'm good.
I'm good, dude. Yeah, I just hope we kind of get back on track this week. That was a really tough week for us.
I feel good.
And I
about
feel
this week.
I feel so good about the mortal locks, but I've been terrible. So I guess we'll have to see. Like I got to start fading myself at some point here.
That's fair. That's fair. The one more lock I hate is the Indianapolis one. I think that one's gross. But all right, but yeah, I appreciate you guys for all coming in. If you guys enjoyed, please share the video and yeah, peace out, guys. See ya.